Hi. I wasn't really planning to do a video today, but I wanted to respond to Ember HoneyRaven's tag about beauty, where she's talking about some of her favorite beauty products, high-end and low-end. And so in this tag, she has 6 questions, so I'm going to go through that and share that with you guys. So I'm going to start with the low-end products that I like. But first I want to say that everything I buy I make sure that it is not tested on animals and is cruelty-free, And so I'm going to start with a couple shadows that I like. So NYX, which actually Ember mentioned as well. I think their shadows are very nice, very inexpensive, and they do not test. Milani is another low-end company that I think their products are great. Well, some of them that I've used their shadows, very pretty colors, and I like their lipsticks a lot. They have a whole line of different colored lipsticks. Now, I do tend to gravitate towards the reds, and I like Red Label is very nice, and Ruby Valentine. They're both very beautiful, different shades of reds, very inexpensive, and no testing. Now, at Target, they have that Sonia Kashuk line, and I do like their eyeliner. This is, I guess it's like a gel eyeliner. They have this is a thicker one, they have a thin one, and they also have a liquid one, which I haven't tried. But I think they put out some nice products, and they're reasonably priced. Now, also at Target, I found these really nice eye palettes by a company called Pacifica. And the ingredients are very natural, and, they're cruelty-free. So there are 2 palettes, and I have them both. This one has neutrals with some, nice dark blue, which I tend to like the dark blues. And what they also included here is sort of a lavender gray, and if you mix these two, you can get a very nice purple as well. The other palette that Pacifica has for the eyes, this is a little more on the brown side. So this brown here it's a very dark brown with a little hint of burgundy. It's very nice. I don't wear a lot of browns, but it's a nice palette. Now, if you want a strong look, like I do like a very dramatic eye, you have to put some kind of base on your eye if you're going to use the Pacifica products. Otherwise, they don't show up well. But with a base, they're very nice, and you can build it to be strong. Okay, so I guess high-end products. Now, I really don't buy very many high-end cosmetics. I have a nice palette that a friend of mine gave me, and it's from Bare Minerals. It's an eye palette, and I'm wearing it today. And again, it has some neutrals and a dark blue. It's very nice. I really like the quality, the ingredients, and the cruelty-free of this brand. Now, let's talk about foundation. I don't like foundation, and I use very little if I'm going to wear it at all. I just will put maybe like a little dot here and there and blend it in. I don't like the feeling of foundation, and but if I do use it, I have this one I've had for a while, and this is Smashbox, and it's very thin and light, so it's a very light coverage for someone like me that doesn't like it, but once in a while needs a little. Okay, so let's see what other questions. Oh, beauty product that I couldn't live without. Well, I'm going to show a couple. So one, I really like to keep my feet very nice, and so I think this is a great product from Burts Bees. It's coconut foot cream, and it smells so yummy. So I put a little bit on my feet every night, and my feet are very soft, and I like a lot of the Burts Bees products. And another beauty product that I wouldn't want to live without. Okay, this is really not just a beauty product, but has so many uses, and that is organic, unrefined coconut oil. So you can use this in your hair or on your skin. I mean, you can even mix it with baking soda and brush your teeth with it. There are so many uses, and I think I'm going to do a video about all the healing properties and ways to use coconut oil. Now, of course, you can eat it, and you should, because that will make you look beautiful too. And another beauty product that I just couldn't live without, and I discussed this in another video. It's a pendulum, because if I'm going to buy it and put it on my skin, I'm going to test it first, and you can check out my pendulum video if you care to. Now let's see what else. Okay, a beauty product that I tried and hated. Okay, well, let me tell you a story here. So, as my work as a healer, I meet all kinds of people, and wonderful people. And a while back, I had met a man that he was very, very depressed and very suppressed. And as we talked, what he said to me is that he really wanted to express himself with beauty. And what he wanted to do was cross-dress. But, he had never tried it, and he needed a safe place to do that. And I was very willing to provide that for him, because I think healing comes in all forms. And, I have to say, it was so rewarding to see him go from this very dour, sad man to this radiant beauty. Because when he transformed himself with the clothes and makeup, he was smiling and happy. And it really has provided a lot of healing for him. And I just think it's wonderful. So a couple of years ago, he wanted to get a new foundation, and he had his mind set up on MAC. So I went with him, and we went to Macy's, and they fitted him for a foundation. And he wanted to treat me to one as well. So even though I don't wear much foundation, I thought that was nice of him, and I said, okay. And they matched me for a foundation. And I guess a few weeks had gone by, and then when I finally tried it, I just thought it was awful. I mean, to me, it felt like it looked like a mask, and it felt, I don't know, I didn't like the feeling on my skin, I'll put it that way. And the color was awful. So I know, when I'm making videos that I usually look pretty washed out, but when in fact I'm actually very olive-skinned. And whatever this color they gave me, I still remember the number. It was NC35. It was far too light for me, and it was very yellow, so I looked like a clown with jaundice. And I never returned to that MAC counter again. But the guy I was talking about, we still remain good friends. So anyway, that was my product I didn't like. Pet peeve. Well, I have a couple, and one, is definitely this issue with animal testing. I mean, why are we still doing that? It is not necessary. And now my understanding is that in England they did outlaw the testing. So if that's true, then maybe some of their Rimmel products will be cruelty-free. I mean, I don't know. Now, what happened a few years ago, and some of you likely know about this, is that as China has opened up their trade in wanting to sell cosmetics to their growing middle class, they demand that the products are animal tested. So companies like MAC and Clarins and many others that had a cruelty-free status, now that they want to go sell in China and they have to test, do animal testing if they want to sell there. Now they've all lost their cruelty-free status. I mean, it's a disgrace. It is such a disgrace, the cruelty and the horrors that these animals go through. And as an animal communicator, I know that, or I feel strongly that what happens is when these animals actually go to pass over, they can't even do that right. There's no peace there. They're so traumatized and caught up in a life of horror and trauma that they can't even pass over right. It is so inhumane. It is an incredible disgrace. I can't even say how strongly I feel about that. Okay, but on the lighter side of a pet peeve is when these, fashion experts put an age on things, like, over 40, you shouldn't wear this or that or whatever. And I think that's ridiculous, A big one is about red lipstick, and I love wearing red lipstick. And, so don't listen to that nonsense. Wear what you want regardless of your age. And I also say that, as we get older is really when we become more possessed of ourselves. And I think that is the perfect time to start putting on red lipstick and wearing a short skirt or whatever it is that you want to wear to express who you are. So don't listen to that nonsense. And okay, now the last question is to name someone on YouTube that you feel is beautiful. I can't name one person. There are you ladies are all so beautiful in your own different way, and I love each different look and different way. Ember, I think you're gorgeous. And I think Avalon, from Avalon's Spiritual Odyssey, she's so beautiful and effervescent, and I just love looking at her. And there's another woman that has just only recently, I've gotten to know her recently, and she's so beautiful. And she's an artist. And I had seen one of her videos when she's talking about one of my favorite tarot decks, and I'm looking at her thinking, wow, I wonder what it's like to go through life being that beautiful. So I'm going to just leave a link to that video below, and there's another woman that she's not in this, tarot or whatever community, but I just adore her beauty. I admire her strength and her beauty, and she's also a dancer like me. And one of the things is that, in a certain way, she and I share a similar aesthetic. So with my dancing and with so many things, like I'm very drawn to certain eras of beauty, like that, Art Nouveau and Art Deco. And in my costuming, I really combined like a burlesque with the the exotic, the belly dancing style. So I'm combining those two styles. And she sort of has that as well. Her makeup is very silent era, which is, I really love that style of makeup and that look. And also she and I kind of adorn ourselves in a very similar way with the jewelry when we're dancing. So if you feel like looking at her beautiful dance video, I'm going to link that below. But one more thing before I go. And just as I was starting to think about these questions that Ember listed here, I wanted to pull one tarot card. And I've used the, I love this deck. This is the Fae Tarot, which, I really need to show this on a video. So the card that came up was is the Queen of Cups here. And I thought that was just so poignant. I mean, there's a beautiful woman, but this Queen of Cups, it really does show the combination of outer and inner beauty, and the love and the empathy that all makes us more beautiful. So, and also I want to say to everyone that, as the new year is coming, I wish for you much good health, happiness, love, and that feeling of self-empowerment and self-love. So thank you all so very much, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful holiday season. Bye.